Started out alive, man, that was the play. Streaming every night, building up the sway. But as the sight faded, I had to find my way. Now I'm hopping platforms, surfing through the fray. Got my crew behind me, yeah, we call them givers. Chillin' IRL, catching all the rivers. Sparkle in the chat, bringing loss to the grind. Talking crypto games while we sipping Jack Fine. Gives a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, the life's a subtle rhyme. From the land down under, streaming through the night. New Zealand's vibe, surfing waves day to night. Always looking for the next thrill, that's where I ignite. Community so solid, always shining bright. Rolling, rolling deep, we're cruising for the height. From the struggle to the stream, it's all just a game. But with the giver found, we're making our name. Tracking crypto profits, life just gets sweeter. Every view and every stream, making life a keeper. Give us a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, life's a subtle rhyme. From the land down under, streaming through the night. Got my heart on my sleeve, everything feels right. So here's to the journey, no regrets in sight. Each laugh and each tear, it's a beautiful fight. Keep the wave rolling, let the good vibes flow. We're the givers, together in the show. Gives a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, the life's a subtle rhyme. From the land down under, streaming through the night. Got my heart on my sleeve, everything feels right. Script how we play a game. From start to next time, chasing fame. Put the year behind me, changing scenes. So through it and then living out the dream. Got my acoustic strum, curing it chill for cracking jokes. Go stop the thrill. And then the Kiwis, we ride the waves. Our streams phone, no better days. Gives a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, the life's a subtle rhyme.
Hello the internet, it is Tuesday the 10th of March 2026 and welcome back to the channel. And Tuesday the 10th of March 2026 will forever be known as first Starlink Referral Day for me. I woke up this morning to a notification on my phone of which I took a screenshot because it's the first time this has ever happened. A referral, you referred a friend to Starlink. A free month of service will be applied to your next invoice. Refer more and track your stats in the app. So I took a little screenshot of that and I want to show it to you here, and then I'll show you the that's what comes through. So at the moment, this actually is not a credit in my account until the person, whoever it was, does one other thing. Let me show you what Starlink portal looks like if you're a user of Starlink. I'll zoom in here so it's a little easier to read. You go to the little hamburger menu. I'm signed in here. You go down to, where was it? Somewhere in here, my account. Click on my account, in your case, your account. And on the left-hand side here, there is another menu with the referrals. When you click that, it says here, referrals, free month for you and them. Share Starlink with friends and family. When your friends sign up for Starlink, you will each receive 1 month of free service, 30 days after activation. So now what that tells me is the person who's clicked my referral link went ahead and signed up to Starlink, but they haven't activated their account yet. Now, why would you not activate? Usually it's because you're waiting on the hardware to arrive. If you buy the dish from Starlink, you buy it online through the website, the one we just on, and then you sign up, and then you say, I want to get a Mini or a Gen 3 or one of the ones in motion, whatever the thing is you want to buy, they ship it to you. There's no point activating. Well, you can't activate something you haven't got, so you got to wait for it to arrive, then you activate, and then your service is rolling. And it's at that point that this this little 0 here on my setup will change to 1. So I've referred 1, but they haven't activated yet, so I still haven't got anything in my account. So when whoever the person was, by the way, thank you, whoever that was that did do that, I appreciate it. Once you've gone and activated, we'll both receive a credit. I'll receive 1 month of service and you'll receive 1 month of service for free when you do yours as well. So what I want to show you here, I've got a video. Where am I? I'll go back to my YouTube machine. No. Yes. I'll go back to YouTube. I made a video here on a live stream. It goes for 40 seconds. It basically tells you everything I just told you, and it has the link right here for the referral. So take a look at this in all of its glory, and I'll be quiet. Hey, do you want to know how you can get a free month of Starlink on me? Down below, there's a link. It's a referral. You click it, goes to the Starlink webpage. Nothing different except a little drop down comes down from the top, says you're using a referral. When you sign up to Starlink, using that referral, the first month you pay for, the next month, completely free. You can use it on any product globally. Anyone can use it. You don't have to even know me. So share this link with all of your friends. Pump it out everywhere. Everyone gets a free month, and I get a free month too because you're helping me out. Everybody wins. Just use it. Simple, right? Thank you, Starlink. Thank you, Elon. Can we thank him? Thank someone. That's right, folks. Thank someone. Well, I guess in this case we'll thank Elon. But here is the linky poo. Right. In fact, you know what? You know what I'll do? I'll do 2 things. I'll share this video in the Beam chat. Beam chat. Oh, there is a troll over on Nemo TV. I'll share it on Nemo as well. For Naga Biru. You're a true talent. You're a true chatter. Not. I shared that, and I'll also grab the referral link, because watch this. When you click the referral link, it takes you to the Starlink website. Watch this little drop down come up. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Wait for it. There it is. You're using a referral code. Now watch it disappear. Watch it disappear. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Click somewhere. Okay, it stays there. I thought it disappeared. It stays there. Now, who did that on Titter? On Titter? On Titter, on DLive. Netsky with the host. Thanks, Netsky. Cheers, dude. I thought that referral code just came down and then disappeared back up. It used to, but it stays there now. So what you do then, you zoom in, Skins, and then you go and select the product. I'm not signed in here, so you can choose your product, residential. There, the referral link's gone. That's what I'm saying. So, there it is. You are using a referral code. Cool, cool. So then you go ahead and sign up, and that's all it is, man. It's super, super simple. No difference to the usual process. I'm going to copy that link. I'm going to post it into the DLive chit chat because Netskis is over there with the host. I'm going to also post it into the, well, I guess I'll post it into the Nemo TV. And where was the Beam Stream Deem chat machine? There it is. Pretty long referral code. So just click it, and go ahead and use it. And again, you don't have to know me. You don't have to like me. You don't have to care about me. You only have to care about yourself, because using that gets you a free month. It gets me a free month too, but you're getting a free month. So just remember, no love needed, no hate, no affection, no care, nothing. Just use the link and you'll get yourself a free freaking month. I've seen screenshots of people with like 36 free months. They basically got their Starlink for free just by pumping that referral link out. And I've been trying to pump it by putting it on the YouTube, but I've only got, on that video, it's only got 92 views. Shit. 92 views. I published that 23rd of Feb. It's a little whiles back. Either way, today I'm stoked to have my first referral. So again, whoever did that, whoever was the person that used my referral, cheers with a fresh glass of water here. And the appreciation is there for you once you activate. Do the activation and then we'll all be good. Cheers. Now, for the rest of the stream, let's just sit here in silence until that Starlink is activated, okay? How does that sound? We'll just sit here in dead silence, waiting. Is it done yet? No. Is it done yet? No, we're not going to do that. I'm being stupid. I'm being silly. I do have some content that I want to deliver. I wanted to look at the Apple M5 Max. There is a first review of it out here by a Chardwell. That's right, a Chardwell called Hardware. a channel called Hardware Canucks, obviously a Canadian channel. I want to take a look at that because I am in the process of upgrading my laptop, my M1 Max for the M5 Max. That said, I have put my M1 on Marketplace, and I've only had one potential buyer, and I think it was a spam. It was a spam, that's right. They said, "Is this still available?" To which I replied with, "Yes, this is still available. Are you interested?" Let me just be clear about, is this still available? If you type that, you're basically saying I'm a troll. Because if it wasn't available, it wouldn't be on Marketplace. Right? Right? Is this still available? Do I need to get on a rant about that? You know what we need to do? We need to have like a little overlay for when I get on a rant. I can press a button and it goes to gives a rant. Comes up with like a disclaimer at the bottom. Anything I say right now should be taken, actually anything I say ever should be taken this way, but in specific, when I start ranting, you should definitely go out, get yourself a drink, do a lap of the oval, take your dog for a walk, go for a surf, go wash the car, do anything but watch me. And then when you see that the gives a rant is off, come back in and you can just know that there'll be less rant. There'll be more ranting another time, less right now. I feel like I'm ranting and raving right now. My chat's very quiet. There's no one here. That's okay. I don't expect anybody to be here when I stream. I just do it because I enjoy it. Much like I've enjoyed writing music today. I've got the calluses on my fingers. Look, to prove it. Oh, wait, watch this. That finger. Why won't that focus on that finger? Anyway, that finger's got a World War II trench. That one's not so bad, but yeah, look at that finger there. Haven't played it in a long time. My fingers are burning. Actually, that's a burn, right? I burnt my finger playing guitar. Getting some pretty interesting sounds, some interesting songs, some interesting things, some concepts. What was that noise? Sounds like a train landing. And so at some point in the future, potentially, I guess a few months, more than likely, I usually take about 6 months to finalize an album. I want to get like 10 to 12 songs. I want to do one cover song on the album. Anybody want to take a guess? This is a good idea for a chat that's not existent. What song do you think I'd be covering? Actually, that's a pretty vague. Okay, given that the album I'm writing or the songs I'm writing that'll form the album are based around the previous year of my life, which included some interesting times, what do you think you're still not going to get it. I'm not going to tell you either because no one's here to tell, but I'm having a lot of fun covering it. Actually, it's pretty easy. Well, the bass isn't easy. The guitar is easy, and the vocals and the lyrics, everyone can see. Oh, that's a good clue. It's not an unfamiliar karaoke song. Not a lot of people, but if this came up on karaoke, maybe 85% of people would know the song. They would know the original. They would know that there's an original, but they wouldn't know who the original is. But they would know of the cover. But everyone seems to really more gravitate towards the original. Aaron, you're so entertaining. Well, that's lovely to hear from a computer robot. Do you want to come and hang out, Aaron? Or are you just going to be in my chat? Because if you're going to be a phony troll, why don't you go the whole way and become my robot troll? Do I want a robot? No, I don't. I want a real person. So fuck off, Aaron. Oh, that was harsh. He's not here. There's nobody here. I can curse and cuss when there's no one watching. I don't want to pick that cuticle because I know where that ends up. That ends up in pain, even though when I have a cuticle, I'm like, that's got to go. I've got to get that out. I've got to pick it out. And then I'm like, wait, if you pick that, you know what's going to happen. It's going to start bleeding. It's going to hurt for about 3 days. And you're going to say, why did I pick that out? So just let it go. Or get a box cutter. And you know what? I know better than to do that. I've done that before as well and slipped, and then it's all gone crap. But I am being entertaining, as Aaron has successfully indicated. You are so entertaining. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to run out of here, and I'm going to basically chuff off until someone turns up here to talk with me. Otherwise, this is boring. Have I got a black screen? Yeah, you know what I can do. I'll just sit like this. Can I sit like that? I don't know if I can do that, right? That's just a black screen. The black screen of death. I can't do that. I mean, I'm entertaining. I'll go and get a coffee. I'll give you a surfing clip. You know. I'll give you a surfing clip and I'll be back. Netskis, I'm here but getting dinners. No worries. Thank you, Netski. Thanks for letting me know, man. I appreciate you just telling me. Okay, look, let's get a coffee. Come back. Check out this M5 Max review. I found a crypto scam video I want to look at. This latest crypto scam is wiping out wallets. I'm proof. Whoops. Don't connect your wallet to this. Don't do what you did, eh? Crypto wallet scam. High power travel. Okay. I'll be back with a coffee. See you on the flip side as Netskis. Just you and me, man. Welcome to the first day of autumn, March 1, 2026, the fall. Hello, autumn. right. Got a coffee here, and oops, it's going to be too hot to touch. I shall have to hold off on that. Dusky, weather looks gloomy. Usually that's good for surfing. That was actually a little whiles ago, that clip. In fact, that's now nearing 2 weeks ago because I haven't been in the water because of this. I can't surf until this comes out on Friday. Yeah, Friday my stitches come out. And I got a gig on Friday night. I'm really looking forward to it too. I'm going down south for a gig. And then surfboarding the next day. I'm going to go for a surf with Boris. Boris, if you're watching, I don't think he does watch, but if Boris is around, I'm going to go surfboarding with Boris on Saturday. But, and Bitcoin. Bitcoin's cranking back up. Ooh, just dropped down. It was on 70,000. So yeah, I'm just, that surfing clip is a little while ago until my stitches come out. I got a stitches update here for you. Excuse me while I burp. I could just burp and not ask for an excuse. Where are my stitches? Here they are. It looks worse than what it is, actually. It looks worse than... I mean, I guess it is pretty gnarly, but it looks a lot worse than what it is. Well, it looks like that should hurt, but it doesn't. There's been no pain. Oh, there has been... It was weird. There was one night... I'm sitting here doing something. I think it was just after a stream, and I was about to tear everything back down to regular broadcasting, and all of a sudden there was like a super deep pain in there, it felt like a stitch was being pulled out right on the collarbone. Yeah, dude, right on that collarbone. Possibly the worst spot for it in terms of like trying to keep it still and not flex it. It was just pretty hard to always have it like in sleeping and walking and just moving in general. It was always rubbing up and over that collarbone. But anyway, there's people out there dying, man. I'm not dying. Well, arguably everyone's dying slowly, but I'm not dying. I'm not dying any quicker. Well, let's not tempt fate, but I feel pretty healthy. Let's take a look at the M5 Max.
Last year, I put the M4 Max MacBook Pro head-to-head against an RTX 5090 laptop featuring the Razer Blade 16, and each had their own strengths and shortcomings. But now Apple has dropped the M5 Pro and M5 Max refresh, and I've been really fortunate to get my hands on the absolute top-spec M5 Max MacBook Pro sitting in front of me with 120 gigabytes of...
Did you put your serial number online, dude? That's your serial number, right? Oh, that's probably a loaner, right? I don't know if you should blur that out, dude. That's the serial number of that Mac. Just saying.
Unified memory and 4 terabytes of SSD. And today, I'm putting it up against some of the fastest Windows laptops
By the way,
on the market.
That's exactly what I'm going to be getting, but not 4 terabytes of SSD. I'm just going to get the base 2 terabytes, which is a doubling of what I've already got. So 1 terabyte's arguably not enough, but 2 will be perfect. 4 will be amazing, but overkill. But that same machine with the GPU upgrade. Oh, did he say 128 gig of RAM? I'm only going to get 64. Yeah, I'm only going to have 64
terabytes of SSD. And today, I'm putting it up against some of the fastest Windows laptops on the market to see if Apple's efficiency first approach can actually compete with some of the power-hungry CPUs out there. We're talking Intel CPUs that chug 139 watts to Strix Halo, to Strix Point, and even see how much of a performance improvement you're getting over the previous generation M4 Max MacBook Pro. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This laptop isn't geared towards most people. It's really for those who are craving the best multi-core performance in both CPU and GPU workloads that also happen to be in the Apple ecosystem. Now, on paper, you are getting some improvements over the M4 Max, most notably in...
So it's interesting, this graphic, I have the M1 Max here on the left, and I'm updating to the M5 Max on the right. So from 10 core to 18 core, GPU cores of 14 and 32 to 32 and 40, memory up to 64, up to 128. So I'm going to arguably stay on the same memory, RAM. Memory bandwidth, 400 gigabits, but up to 614 gigabits on the M5. So quite a substantial jump in memory bandwidth, which is important for things like moving video information across the bus from outside the laptop and into the system on a chip. So let's not forget that the Apple Silicon is all integrated on its own chip, so there's no movement around in that sense, but you've still got to bring in my case for live streaming, camera sources, audio sources and whatnot. Audio's fine, but camera mainly. And that's where this machine that I'm using right now does struggle somewhat. Now I'm pulling in 4 monitors, outputting onto 4 monitors and pulling in 3 camera sources and an audio interface and a whole bunch of USB peripherals, including lights, stream decks, audio interface, and all of it, everything on my, and I'm only using 2 USB ports out of all 3 USB-C ports. I don't even use the one on the right-hand side. So I'm only using the 2 on the left, and that's the same setup as the M5 Max, but they're Thunderbolt 5, so they've got the higher throughput, which is the memory bandwidth. So we're going to, basically, I'm going to have no issues. So right now I'm streaming 1080-30. There'll be no problem streaming 1080-60 with the exact same setup as what I've got, and you guys won't notice any difference, except that arguably maybe the bit rate I could put up a little bit, but then some sites won't take it. But it'll just be a cleaner. There's 2 things here. You might say, well, why are you upgrading, dude, if you don't really need it? It's not that I really need it. It's more that if I sold this current laptop today, I could still get about $2,500, maybe a bit less. No one's really put an offer in yet for 2.5. Maybe I got to drop down to 2.2, 2.3. But if I waited another 6 months or another year from now, when the M6 is out, suddenly the M1 you can only sell it for $1,000. So now's the sweet spot. It's 5 generations ago. This is still a super powerful M1 Max. Like this is the big Mac Daddy. Like this machine is the Mac Daddy when it came out. Now it came out 5 years ago, so that's why I'm upgrading.
The CPU core department. So M4 Max came in 2 flavors, standard 14-core CPU or 16-core as an upgrade option. But this time, Apple has maintained a single 18-core config across the board. Fun fact, the M5 Pro shares the same core count as the M5 Max. So I'm assuming the performance between the M5 Max and the M5 Pro are going to be similar in CPU workloads. Now, there has been some confusion around the core layout of the M5 Pro and M5 Max chips, so let me clear this up real quick. The 18-core CPU consists of 6 supercores and 12 performance cores. Some people thought that the performance cores were just rebranded efficiency cores, but that's actually not the case. I'll leave a link down below to an article by John Gruber at the Daring.
How you doing, man? Good to see you, man. After Nizzle.
Fireball, and I think he broke it down pretty well. But here's the gist. Apple actually introduced a new 3-tier architecture. So the base M5 chip debuted last year on the 14-inch MacBook Pro has traditional efficiency cores and super cores. And those super cores are basically the upgraded version of what used to be called performance cores. But here's where it gets really interesting.
You got the 14-inch, right? Did you get the? I know you got the M4, but did you get the 14 or was it just a 16? I can't remember if it was just a 16.
Pro and M5 Max have ditched the efficiency cores entirely.
Well, it'll be the cost difference between the M4 versus M5. It's substantial. It's a good couple of grand dearer. So the I've got it. I haven't got it here. I can actually, no, I can. Hold on a second. That was full screen. My bad. Actually, no, I haven't got it here. You idiot. I had it. Wait, did I get a screenshot? I think I got a screenshot of this. No, I didn't. I didn't get a screenshot of it. It's about $7,500 in total for the M5 Max. I didn't price check the M4 though. Oops, my bad.
Entirely. Instead, you get 6 super cores for maximum single thread performance. Plus,
yeah. You said that the other day about going from the M1 to the M5. You might be able to save a chunk by going to the M4. But for what I want or for what I need, hey Gallup, for what I need and for what I'm going to be doing, I'm definitely going for the M5 Max, and then I'll keep that for another 5 years. So I'm on that 5-year cycle. Got the M1 Max when it came out, been perfect for my needs. Now's the sweet spot in terms of selling it and still getting about $2,500. Maybe I got to get it. Maybe I got to go down a little. It's no one's offered anything yet. By the way, when I went to sell that on Marketplace, I never got a chance to list it in multiple locations. It just went on Facebook Marketplace. Often it gave me the option to include it on certain groups, like, you know, like South Coast computer sales and that kind of thing. I didn't get that option this time, so maybe I've got to go and edit it and look for that specific option. Maybe they've hidden it, buried it somewhere. But yeah, I said this the other day, but it's the sweet spot right now to sell this machine, the M1 Max. This is in mint condition. There is one little scratch on the surface, which is like super barely noticeable. It's in perfect condition. It's still got the box. Everything's fine. You know, like it's very well looked after. I'm going to be able to get over $2,000 for it. And so that $2,000, and then I'm going to add $2,500 from my Google AdSense payouts. So that's about $5,000. So I'm only going to be putting in $2,000 myself, $2,000 to $3,000 myself. So basically about $2,500 I've got to put in to get to the M5. But I also want to buy at the same time, I want to buy two other things. I want to buy the CalDigit TS5, which is the Thunderbolt 5 dock. So then I'll have a T3, a T4, and a T5. And that means I will use all three of the ports because they're all Thunderbolt out. And then at the same time, I've never bought one of these, and I'm going to buy a powered USB-A strip, like a dongle of sorts. So from USB-C to multiple USB-As, like 10 of them or something, and I want them all to have switches on them, and I want it to be 240 volt powered, so that then, so what I've found is a lot of those USB devices take bus power. Now you might say, yeah, but you got Thunderbolt 5, man, you're going to have plenty of bus power. Maybe, but it would be also good just to have a separate dock. So when I come in and I dump my GoPro footage to my today's surf, there's a really rad, I can't show it to you because it's all hardwired in the back of my setup, but there's a really rad magnetic door that you just clip onto here, and then you open up the software and suddenly you're just dumping footage, and like straight away you can just start dumping the footage, but that goes through a USB connector. And what I found is if you have, and I've got external hard drives attached to my system, if this device is turned on when those USB devices are also turned on, the USB devices get ejected, the disks just get ejected because there's the power drain across the bus for these devices, and I've got two of them running at the same time. That power drain is too much, so it takes power away from a USB hard drive, and all of a sudden you get a warning, please eject the hard drive, don't just rip it out. Oh, I didn't eject it, you ejected it. But anyway, so with Thunderbolt 5, you're getting a lot more bus power. However, when I'm needing just that more for this kind of stuff, it'd be good just to have like a little switch that I can just, and I've kind of got one wired up now, which I ghetto made myself, and I can turn the switches on and off, and it activates certain USB outputs. So it's a process at works, but I want it to be more effective and more efficient. Also, another reason I do that is because the Stream Deck is so lame. The Stream Deck is so rad, but also so lame that even when you've turned it off, even when it's turned off, when the software is quitted, there is still light coming out of the front of the Stream Deck. It sucks. So I have to have the Stream Deck on a separate USB port that you can just turn it off at the switch. Otherwise, at night, the Stream Deck lights up the room. You might say, that's ridiculous, dude. No, I'm a Virgo. I'll see that light. If there's a light on, I'll see it, and I don't want to see a light. Was for sure, man. I was happy with the M1. My mother needed an upgrade, so I ended up swapping mine, getting the M4 Pro. Yeah, they get crazy powerful. And dude, the jump from the M4 to the M5 is even a bigger like power jump. Like they were saying, from M1 through M2 and 3, no need to really upgrade. M1 to M4, yes, that's a substantial boost upgrade. You get that and you're going to love it. And then they say from M4 to M5, it's an even bigger jump. So they're like, if you've gone M1 to M5, you're getting a huge jump up. So I'm psyched. I'm stoked. Haven't got it yet, though.
12 performance cores that are optimized for multi-threaded workloads, and they do so efficiently. I hope that makes sense. As for the rest of the specs, the GPU...
Yeah, multi-threaded workloads. I should have mentioned that. When you're dumping footage and then you're also backing up a hard drive and you're running a miner or you're doing something else, multi-threads, right?
layout has remained the same and the memory configurations remain the same as well. However, the memory bandwidth has been increased by roughly 12%. They've also added a custom N1 chip found on the iPhone 17 series to this lineup. So this basically encapsulates the latest connectivity features like Wi-Fi 7 and Bluetooth 6 support. But look, specs only convey half the story. Let's actually put this thing to the test to see how it actually performs against the competition. And for that, we'll be going head-to-head against the previous generation 16-inch MacBook Pro with the M4 Max chip. We also have the 14-inch MacBook Pro with the base M5 chip, the HP ZBook Ultra G1A featuring AMD's Strix Halo, more specifically the Ryzen AI Max Plus 395 with 120 gigabytes of memory. We also have the Razer Blade 16 with the Ryzen AI 9 HX370 paired to an RTX 5090 laptop GPU, and the Alienware...
Man, Windows PCs just look so lame, hey? Like, I don't want to throw shade, but that just looks awful. It's like looking at a flip phone compared to an iPhone. They just look dumb.
16 Area 51 with Intel's Ultra 9 275HX paired to an RTX 5080 laptop GPU. Now, the first thing that I need to address here is...
Yeah, chunky. Yeah, chunky was. That. I mean, not that thinness is everything, but although in a laptop, thin is kind of important because you're cutting it around. Yo, Jude, how you doing? Bless you. That's a laptop. The Ryzen ones, I reckon they look horrible. I love the look of an Apple laptop. They're just like a shell. You have a gaming PC? Yeah, I'm so far removed from all that, and I'm happy to be in a different world.
Much faster storage on these new M5 Pro and M5 Max MacBook Pros. Apple has switched...
So what's this SSD performance? So they're using really fast SSDs, like double the speed of those lower ones, the Razer Blade 16, the MacBook Pro 14. Wow, so that's a substantial jump. Like, I mean, just looking at the size of the chart, you don't even have to know what the numbers mean, but just that the top one is double the other ones. I'm a different kind of nerd. Me too, Jude. Me too.
Over to Gen 5 NVMe SSDs, and the performance is almost double compared to the previous generation. It's certainly a benefit for those who are working with larger video files, raw photos, or massive data sets. Now, in terms of CPU performance, we're going to start with some synthetic testing to establish a baseline. The M5 Max is about 8% faster than M4 Max. It's not massive, all right? But remember, we're also getting 2 extra cores here. Also, keep in mind that the M5 Max chugs around the same amount of power as M4 Max, so any performance improvement within the same power envelope is always welcome. Single core performance also saw some nice bumps. I would say it's roughly 10 to 15% faster than M4 Max. The M5 on the 14-inch MacBook Pro is no slouch here either. It's actually holding up really well against the Max, but you can also see how much catching up Intel and AMD have to do. Now, where things really start to shine is in real-world CPU workloads. In Blender, Houdini,
so lower is better, right? Yeah. So rendering time.
And Handbrake, the M5 Max is easily one of the fastest, if not the fastest laptop that we've ever come across. It's absolutely wild to see these kinds of numbers from a laptop that's only 0.66 inches thin. That Alienware Area 51 with Intel's Ultra 9 275HX is chugging around 139 watts, while the M5 Max is just sipping under 60 watts, while being mostly ahead in these multi-core tests.
So less wattage draw means less thermal heat, means less chance the fans will kick in, means quieter. Faster and quieter.
Is insane efficiency. If you look at GPU accelerated workloads, it also reveals M5 Max's true strength. In applications like Blender and Handbrake, it outpaces discrete GPUs.
Handbrake is something I haven't used it for a while, but I used to use it every day to render out. Like, I'd take my whole live stream and I'd cut it up into segments, like under 4 gig and under an hour, and I'd load those onto cos.tv as an archive. And so I'd literally take sometimes, like, you know, sometimes on my IRL streams, I've been live streaming for like 9 or 10 hours. I'll take a 10-hour 1080p 30 frames file and dump it into Handbrake. In the queue, I'd cut out the sections, 59 minutes each, 59 different all the way through, hit render, and I'd go for a surf, come back, and it'd be done. I don't even know how long it took, but to render out, say, of a 9-hour stream, that's 9 separate renders of, again, 1080 30 at H269, 264 and 59 seconds long, 59 minutes long. Yeah, I don't even know how long, but it was always finished. Handbrake is so fast on new Macs, yeah. And that, like, using handbrake was when I thought that the fan would kick in on this machine. It's not. The only time that I've heard the fan kick in is when I used Mac Miner, which was mining Bitcoin in New Zealand. The fan was always kicked in when I ran that. There is a fan running now, but it is not the fan, right? There is an audible noise coming from the machine now, but it's not the kick-ass fan, that one that blows everything. Like, it's just a fan, and you can feel it too when you put your hands. Yeah, you can feel the air sucking in on the side, and then it's coming out the back. Oh, it's hot. There's hot air coming out the back. I mean, that's expected, right? Yep, it's like a little heater in winter.
Consuming a fraction of the power. Now, the platform limitation argument is inevitable, and it's also legitimate too. If your workflow relies exclusively on Windows, then Apple isn't the solution. However, for users whose applications are both cross-compatible with Windows and Mac OS, the performance advantage here is very hard to ignore. Now, DaVinci Resolve Studio is interesting because this is where NVIDIA's CUDA acceleration typically dominates, but surprisingly,
it's pretty close.
M5 Max held up pretty well against the RTX 5090 in the Blade 16.
Look at that comparison. The Razer is a little quicker, but look at the watt drainage. So the Mac 16, the MacBook Pro, is drawing 58 watts to get within 4 seconds worth of the Razer, but the Razer is drawing 75 watts. So it's using more power to do something only slightly faster. You know what I'm saying?
I'm surprised at how close that 40-core GPU performed here. Adobe Premiere Pro, again, the M5 Max export is about 15% faster than M4 Max. If you're a creator that's heavily invested in the Adobe ecosystem, I don't see any other reason to look past the M5 Max. Finally, let's talk about on-device AI workloads. So I use LM Studio to test
on-device AI workloads. I don't do any on-device. I just use ChatGPT to make thumbnails. That's all cloud-based.
That out, and this is where the M5 Max's higher unified memory architecture and the neural engine, they really start to flex its muscles. So I ran the Llama 3.3 8-bit model, and here the M5 Max is about 16% faster than M4 Max. With the 14-bit model, we're looking at about 59 tokens per second, which is nearly 15% faster than M4 Max. But when you look over at the 32-bit model, this is where it gets absolutely crazy, right? The M5 Max generated 27.87 tokens per second, while the Blade 16 with the 5090 managed to only generate 23.35 tokens per second. So for anyone doing local AI development, running larger language models, or experimenting with something on device, this thing is a game changer.
Is anyone doing that though? Who's doing AI on device? Like, even Grok, it's all cloud, right?
And don't forget, you're also getting the power efficiency side on Apple Silicon as well. Now let's address gaming, because let's be real here for a sec. If you're buying a MacBook Pro for gaming, you're probably making some interesting life choices, but I tested it anyways because the question always comes up. Can you game on a Mac? Now, obviously, the library is very narrow compared to the Windows ecosystem, but I ran 2 games at 1600p at ultra settings, so Cyberpunk 2077 and Warhammer 3. The question is it
every time there's a new Mac, they talk about gaming. I'm like, nobody does that, man. Get it through your head. No one's buying a Mac for gaming, so stop comparing games. It's like saying, I bought the Cybertruck. No, that's a bad example. I'm buying a hatchback, and I want to see, just out of curiosity, can I take my trail bike to the dirt track in my hatchback? No. Get a ute for that. Get a truck for that. By the way, my glasses are scratched. Uh-oh. No, it's not. Yes, it is. It's a scratch. There's a scratch. Yeah, comparing a computer that's not made for gaming, it's just the dumbest thing ever. Don't do that.
Absolutely. Is it competitive with dedicated gaming laptops? Not even close. You're also not going to notice a huge difference from
How'd you do
M4
that? I don't know
Max,
how
and
I did
that
it.
kind of makes sense since the GPU core count remains the same on both M4 Max and M5 Max.
I mean, they've lasted a while.
So yes, M5 Max can gain, but if that's your priority, you shouldn't even be looking at the MacBook Pro. What about battery life? Well, in our light load test, it lasted for almost 24 hours, which is a huge improvement over M4 Max. You can see how it fares again.
I hate these battery tests on laptops though, because like realistically, if I'm sitting here and I unplug the power, this thing's not going to last more than an hour, right? I'm live streaming with 5 monitors and a microphone XLR system and all this other hoo-ha. Battery life, it's almost irrelevant. Like you need to plug it in. Unless you're just sitting there doing nothing, surfing the web. I was trying to work out what word I was looking for. Surfboarding the web. But anytime you do anything with a laptop, you need to plug it in. If I did audio visual, I'd use a Mac, but I don't. But you stream, Jude. You stream. So you are doing audio visual.
The Blade, the Alienware, and the ZBook Ultra, and those Windows laptops have a pretty decent sized battery pack. So, Apple's
but you said you've got a pretty decent laptop, like PC, like Windows machine, right? For streaming, you have a monitor, like an external monitor as an input. My PC does a great job. Yeah. Your M1 Pro is still asking big money on Trade Me in NZ. Yeah, man. The M1 Max. Who did that on DLive? Z's nuts. Suck on D's nuts. Thank you for the follow, D's nuts. Nevskis, I'm glad you brought that up because I did the research. The M1 Max, which also I've got the GPU upgrade. So I didn't just get the base one, I got the GPU upgrade. This machine is still asking, like it's still commanding a good price. I'm surprised I haven't had more than that one troll offer on Marketplace, and I think it's because I didn't list it in all these other spots. I got to fix that. It's still a rad shop, like a rad laptop. You know, you got a link there. Trade.me co. Yeah, Marketplace laptops. Yeah. I don't have to check that link to know what you're saying. Because I did my own research this is the right time to sell this laptop. I'm stoked I've got the box still in factory condition. It's good to go, man. Like whoever gets it, they'll be like chuffed. Because don't forget, I paid $6,000 for this, so they're getting it for less than half price. I got it for $6,000. They're getting it for 2.5, probably less. Probably get me down to 2.2 or 2.3. I was surprised that it's still that high. It's still a rad machine, dude.
C is still awesome, but Intel and AMD certainly have a lot of catching up to do. I am interested to see how well M5 Max can.
It's me. I'm Z's Nuts over on YouTube. Davey. DLive nuked Davey Z. DLive got rid of your other profile? That's a shame. Well, welcome back, man. Yeah, there's a little delay there from when you can talk or not in the DLive. But thank you, Davey.
Compare against Intel's new Panther Lake chips because we're slowly starting to get them here in the studio, and so it'll be interesting to see how the battery life and the performance plays against each other. So stay tuned for that. Now, under heavy gaming workloads, battery life obviously tanked across the board. This is where every laptop struggles. M5 Max, M4 Max, they both came around an hour and 12 to 17 minutes. You might be surprised to see the Blade 16 lasting more than 2 hours, and there is a value.
Yeah, it was because they're so capable, they hold their value. That's also another reason why I want to go for the M1 Max, the M5 Max, and not the M4, because the M4 is already a year and a bit old. And so you're basically buying something at a cheaper price, and then you're not going to be able to sell it for closer to that price because there's already a year missing and it's not the current model, blah, 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 blah. Davey, I called out someone's sus shit with DLive's Guardians and got nuked. I know how that feels, dude. I'm still waiting on the payment from DLive, and that's why I got nuked. I'm also keeping a close eye on Bitcoin, folks. 69,000. Once that gets to 75,000, I'll sell a little Bitcoin. Where is it? Why did that not open? I'll sell a little Bitcoin and get towards buying this Mac 5 M5.
And it kind of makes sense because most Windows laptops, the moment you unplug them, basically the performance drops. There's less power being fed into the CPU and the GPU, so that certainly helps prolong the battery life, whereas on Apple Silicon or MacBook Pros or Macs in general, the performance stays consistent regardless.
Speaking of battery life, my battery is at 82% charge value, and it's had 324 cycles. So not bad. Look at this troll on Nemo. Hey there, I love your game. You play really good. I'm not gaming. Don't tell the troll I'm not gaming. Can we play together? Maybe if you are less busy. Wow, there's 2 troll comments in a row. That would be wonderful, Hans. What a great idea. Why don't we, after I finish football and having sex with my wife, why don't you come over and we'll play games together, Hans? What a great idea. Add me on Discord. This is my username, Hans_0011. You sound really legitimate. I'll definitely go to Discord. Would you also like my crypto wallet? Would you like that? You want my address? Do you want my card? We go up again. Do you want my card, my ANZ card, along with the CCV and the expiry date? I'll also give you a copy of my signature as well if you want that. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be friends here, man. Like, I think this is the start of a great relationship. Love it, man. I love this Nemo TV. They're so genuine out there, like genuine people on the platform. It's so wonderful. Okay.
Regardless you having it plugged in or not. So it's still giving its 100%, which is something.
Hey, Hans, if I'm not being clear, fuck off. How clear is that? You like that? I don't swear often. I'm not an angry person, but fuck off. How do you like that?
And it's actually one of the reasons why I continue to use a MacBook Pro when I'm traveling for work, because I know that if I'm at a cafe or an airport or the airplane, I can still edit a video comfortably without losing performance. And that's something that's just really hard to find on the Windows side, even to this day. And to prove that, I ran Cinebench plugged in versus unplugged. Here's how it fares. And here's our Handbrake video transcoding test plugged in versus unplugged.
Oh, wait,
now,
I want to see that test. Plugged in.
How it fares. And here's our
Handbrake plugged in took 2 minutes 35 to render 4K file MP4 to 1080, so down converting.
video transcoding test plugged in.
And on battery, it took another 3 seconds longer. I mean, that's not noticeable, really. Was true. Just depends on the cost comparison. If you could still do everything you needed on an M4 and save a few thousand, could be worth it. Your M1 seems to keep up pretty well already. For shit's fee, what the difference would be. None of that matters, though. I totally get what you mean. Future proof. Yeah. Davey, you got gives to say the F word. What a cunt you are. With a K.
Versus unplugged. Now, before we wrap this up, let's talk about the design, or
the lack of
any changes to it.
Yeah.
Apple has been writing the exact same design language.
I will say this, man. Looking at the design of the M5, looking at the design of the M2, M3, M4, and M5 series, like aesthetically, it's going to be the exact same as what I've got, right? There's going to be no difference here at all. It's physically the same. I'm going to get the space gray one though, the dark one. I don't like the silver. I'm a bit over the silver. But everything, like the footprint, everything will be the same on the desk. Yeah, just the same. Which is kind of cool, I guess. It doesn't need to change. Like, it works. I don't know. Like, what would I think would be better? I don't know what I think would be better. I don't think it needs anything more. Maybe a bigger trackpad, but I don't think it needs that. I don't know. Like they've kept the same shell for the whole time. Get a D brand skin. D brand. What is D brand? D brand skin. What is D brand? D brand. D's nuts. D brand Apple roller dice. No thanks. D brand skins. MacBook Pro M5. Skins and wraps. There we go. Apple Pro MacBook 16 inches. These are the current ones. Oh, right. So they're colorful skinses. Okay, that could change the look of it. I mean, Yeah. I want to go pink. 25 bucks? 31 bucks? 69 bucks? What? Helps with the cloud or hot feeling, with cold or hot feeling, and protects it well. I mean, I would do this for the protection of it for sure. Because then I'd take this off, right? When I go to sell. Let me take a look at the pink one. Off pink. How easy is it to get on and off, dude? Deluxe kit, top skin. Its quality wrap does not damage anything. Is it easy to get on and off though? Like once you've put it on, can you take it off easy? Super easy. Okay, I'm going to get one, dude. Yeah, this makes sense because if I'm going to sell it when M10 comes around, I don't know which one I like though. Can I get my own? Customized. Can I put my own graphic on it? What's the deluxe kit? Deluxe kit includes everything from the essential kit plus additional skin components for more comprehensive customization. Top skin, bottom skin, palm rest skin, and trackpad. It should be everything, right? So the essential kit only has the top skin. Oh, I'll be getting the whole skin then. Actually, no, I'll probably just get the top skin. Does the top skin include the underside? Deluxe kit. Top skin, bottom skin. Okay, so then you got to get the deluxe. You got to get the deluxe. I have the dark circuit one. The dark circuit. Dark circuit. This guy here. Ultimate teardown. Teardown. Obsidian. Real brown leather. Real tan leather. Real black leather. Get the whole lot. It's worth it. Yeah, I think so. X-ray looks pretty interesting. I like that, just the straight up color though. Pastel black. Davey, Gibbs, I know you have tried the Tennessee Jack. What do you think about the Apple Jack? Ask me again in... Let me tell you, dude. Ask me again in... Ask me again after the 11th of April when we'll open up that guy. 11th of April. Not to sidetrack. No, if you want to talk about Jack, I'll sidetrack. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get one of these. I don't know what I'm gonna get though. I mean, yeah, I like it. I like the idea of protecting it. I guess it doesn't really matter what it is then, right? That looks kind of cool. Area 51. Topographic. Topography. What about just triple black? Oh, that looks horrible. What about just more black? More black than before. Watch install videos one day. You'll see what they look like. Well, I'm gonna take this out and put it in my You've convinced me to buy one of these. Was when I get my new machine, so I'll keep that that URL out for sure. The matte black could look pretty rad because the laptop's going to be black itself, and if the speakers are black, that'll look pretty slick actually. You know, like it looks lame on the silver one because the speakers are silver. Logo cutout. Oh, logo. Oh, that's because the Apple on the top is not a light, is it? I'll send you a pic. Yeah, it was. Yeah, please do. Davey, I think he might be messing with me because he knows I like the Apple crown and he started getting the Apple Jack. I'm not messing with you, dude. I would never mess with anybody. Let's go back to the end of this video though. But thanks for that, Woz. I'll definitely get one for sure.
Since the M1 MacBook Pro back in 2021. And honestly, I'm a bit disappointed. And now don't get me wrong, this is a gorgeous laptop and the space black finish, it looks awesome, although it is a really terrible fingerprint magnet. So if you are concerned about that, skip the space black and get the silver model. Build quality is still impeccable, and the mini LED display with its 1000 nits of peak SDR brightness is still one of the best laptop screens on the market. But it's been 4 years, guys, actually 5 years. Same chassis, same ports, same everything. You still get MagSafe for charging, 3 Thunderbolt 5 ports, HDMI 2.1.
Whoa. Thunderbolt 5 is new, dude. You're not going to hit that? Are you going to just gloss over the fact that it's all Thunderbolt 5 now? That's pretty important.
That can support up to 4K at 240 Hz or 8K at 60 Hz, and a headphone jack, and an SD card reader. Now at this point, I'm just craving something new. There is a small quirk that I need to mention as I was testing this over the weekend. As I was running LM Studio, I noticed a weird coil whine noise. I'm not sure if it has to do with the neural engine, but I recorded it anyways. Take a listen. Yeah, it's really weird.
That's a bit weird.
I tried to run the same test on my M4 Mac Pro and didn't notice any of that. So something to be aware of. The acoustic performance on the M5 Max is similar to the M4 Max.
It sounded like a fan that might have been like a blade that was wobbling maybe on the fan.
Ramp up under heavier sustained workloads, but it doesn't sound like a jet engine, so at least that's a positive thing. But yeah, it's certainly noticeable compared to the M4 Pro, which barely has the fan spinning up. So just something to be aware of. So who is this laptop actually for?
Me.
If you're a video editor working in DaVinci Resolve like myself, or the entire Adobe ecosystem, including Premiere Pro.
Thunderbolt, I haven't heard of that since I got a Dell XP machine in mid-2000s. Thunderbolt USB-C is Thunderbolt. Have you not got a current laptop with Type-C outputs? That's all Thunderbolt.
Or if you're a 3D artist, a developer, someone experimenting with on-device AI models, this thing is an absolute beast. But here's the reality. This maxed out configuration costs north of $6,000. That is not a laptop for most people, all right? It's a very specific tool for a very specific type of workflow. If you're doing just general productivity work, web browsing,
different thunder, yeah,
lighter creative tasks, save yourself the $5,000 and just get the base M4 Pro or even the M5, the MacBook Air, or even the new Panther Lake options from Intel are pretty solid. You won't notice a difference. I should also point out
yes, you will. You'll notice the difference immediately. They're horrible. Look at those. They look lame. Ugh. They just look clunky and chunky and horrible. Have they got that little red ball in between, what was it, between G, H, and B or something? The little ball, you got to use your little finger to move the mouse around, that little red ball.
With Apple releasing M5 Pro and M5 Max, it's arguably the best time or the best excuse to consider the previous generation M4 series, specifically the M4 Pro, the M4 Max, MacBook Pros, because Apple's still going to sell them refurbished at a discount, or you could probably pick them up at Best Buy for a really good price. They do tend to go on sale frequently these days. So yeah, keep an eye out for those as well if you really want to get the best performance on a Mac. And
what are you, a financial advisor now? Just give me the hot tip on the laptop. Don't give me a financial advice. So let's move on, folks, to this latest crypto scam. This crypto scam is wiping out wallets, and I'm proof. Do not connect your wallet to this. This person did the wrong thing. Let's see what's going on.
Welcome to the channel.
Yo, Dennis.
And this is going to be a little bit of a somber topic, but even though we are a travel channel, something happened to me about...
Wait. You're a travel channel and you're dipping your toes into crypto? Let's have a look at this. High power travel. Let's see. High power travel. Videos. China. Love Hotel, Virgin Mary, scammed. We bought 2 homes in Portland, Spain, Fatima. So it's a travel channel, but he's dipping his toes into the world of crypto. This is actually pretty cool because this is probably a very this is more than likely a very stern lesson that anybody can take away. I've not seen this guy before, not seen this video before. This just came up on my sidebar. But if this is just a regular Joe who's dipping his toes into crypto and he fell for a scam, the important thing here is to watch what he does and don't do what he did do. So whatever he does in this video, do the opposite. Yeah, I hope that he didn't lose too much money, but if he connected his wallet to a sketch, you know what it probably is? It's one of those websites that says, do you want to mine? I'll give you, you can mine Tron by connecting your wallet and giving us 10 Tron, and then you'll mine 5 Tron every 3 hours, something like that. And they'll start mining it, and you'll start accumulating it, and then you'll go to cash it out, and it just won't work. Or you'll go to cash it out, and it will just drain your entire wallet of everything in it. I reckon that's what this is. Let's find out. I'll take it back to the start so we get the full perspective.
Welcome to the channel, and this is going to be a little bit of a somber topic, but even though we are a travel channel, something happened to me about a month ago where I was completely scammed out of all of the funds in my crypto wallet.
Uh-oh.
And it's been a subject that I wasn't sure I wanted to upload for the world to see. There's obviously some trauma involved and some shame involved, but
yeah, some anxiety as well, I guess.
when I realized and reflect on what happened, how it transpired, sophistication and the complexity of how it all went down still astounds me how good these people are getting. And I am not feeble-minded. I'm college educated. I've been in business, and I'm not one to be easily scammed. And so I wanted to be transparent with the world, with you, especially our subscribers.
Imagine this takes a twist and he just goes, so the scam involves, I was watching some crypto content and I got involved in this thing called Hex, and I gave all my money to this Richard Hart guy and lost it all. That's the scam. See you next time. Imagine that.
Because a lot of you are like me, either nearing or in retirement age, where unfortunately we're just a target for these scams, and this one blew me away, and they took a lot of money. And so in this video, I'm going to share with you the details, what happened, how it happened. I'm going to provide screenshots from my computer, from my phone as it was happening, and the aftermath. And most importantly, please stay to the end of this video, because I'm going to share with you what I've learned and some very important.
Sounds pretty detailed. I just want to compare how this video is rated on his channel. So China video, 65 views. They stole everything, 47,000 views. Portugal, 127 views. So we're talking a massive jump in viewership, right? Driving in China, uploaded a month ago, 179 viewers. The Love Hotel, uploaded 3 months ago, 159 viewers. Virgin Mary House, 3 months ago, 312 views. And the one we're currently watching, the latest crypto scam, uploaded 1 month ago, 47,000 viewers. Most popular video on the channel, obviously that one. The second most popular video on the channel, uploaded 1 year ago, 15,000 viewers. So I feel like this guy he may start altering his content to crypto, given he's just had a bump. And I'm assuming his channel subs have bumped up as well due to this video. So well done, like finding the niche. Yeah, cool.
Important tips and some resources that you can go to if you are finding yourself in the same position at a later time, or if you've been scammed. There's places that you can go to that can hopefully be of some help. So thanks for joining me. And
how old do you reckon this guy is? I'm starting to notice older people now. Like, I'm looking at people thinking, I wonder how old they are. I reckon this guy, he is 60. He's on the other side of, I reckon he's 66. What do you guys think? I'm going with 66. Now, how are we going to find out his age, though? There's going to be no way, right? How can we find out his age? Go to his channel. more. Does it say his name? No, it doesn't say his name. I'll ask ChatGPT. Let me just try that machine. Where is the GPT machine? I didn't have it open. Oh, you idiot. I still got to add that to a command on Stream Deck so I can just press a button and it opens up ChatGPT on Brave Trouser browser. I'll do that. I'll do that at the end of this stream. I promise you I'll set that up so that I can just click a button and but for the time being, it took me that long to get that out, but there it is. How old is the guy behind the YouTube channel? See if this comes up with anything. Chris and Hillary. Based on available interviews and profiles, Chris is about 57 years old. No shot he's 57. Hillary is 35. There's no way. I mean, that could be an old interview. There's a 20-year age. She's young, 35. There's no chance he's 57. 24 last year? 2 years ago? So he's now, this interview occurred in 2024. So arguably he's now 58, 59. He's 59. He looks horrible for his age. Some people just look older. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I put him at like over 65. I put him at 66. Okay.
To this very important topic. We are Dennis and Min.
Who? Dennis and Men. Oh, that's a different channel. Chris and Hillary? Wait. I think it's getting the wrong channel here. Could it be ChatGPT getting it wrong? No chance, man. I think you have the wrong channel. It's this one. Looks more like 70. Yeah. I checked the specific channel link. The exact age of the guy is not publicly listed. The only hard info available from the video you linked, others on the channel, the host appears to be roughly mid-50s to early 60s. Wow, okay. Well, there you go. I guess, yeah. It's not who they thought it. Both these people are older than what that said. He's over 60 and she's not 35. So just put this on record. ChatGPT gets it wrong. Often.
Important topic. We are Dennis and Min. Come join us on our traveling adventures around the world. What I also want to share is that if you have any kind of wallet in PayPal or Apple Pay, this is just not targeted for people that have had or have crypto wallets somewhere.
Okay.
The way this went down, I believe, maybe with the exception of a Charles Schwab or a bank account, that would be a little bit trickier. But the way that this went down, the way that they just took out everything from my wallet could happen, I believe, in those same wallets under the same circumstances. So stick with me and I'm going to share.
So this is not a crypto thing then. This sounds like you gave your wallet, your login to someone.
With you the details. So I'm making this video right now in Portugal, where we just had the country's worst ever storm in recorded history last week. And even today it's very, very windy a week later.
Dude.
So I apologize.
Are you juicing the hell out of this? Start telling us about the scam. You're 2 minutes in. You're 3 minutes in.
For any wind noise that you might hear in the background. But Portugal is also on the cusp of introducing an EU digital wallet. And that's a little bit of a concern for me based on just what transpired, because my entire digital wallet was just eviscerated, evaporated, gone like that. And I take full responsibility for it. And again, I'm going to share with you what happened. And
he's juicing here. 3 minutes and 20 in and he hasn't told us anything about it yet. He's just the preamble. Come on, dude.
what I learned and what I can share with you to make sure that this does not happen to you in the future.
All right,
so a
get
little
to it.
history.
No.
Introduced to crypto through a friend of a friend, about a little over 4 years ago.
What was the age of the friend and how do you know them? Did they have any connection to your family? Let's get the full details here, Dennis.
And it sounded exciting. And so Min and I, we invested in various crypto, like, maybe half a dozen crypto at that time. To us, it was just like going to Vegas, gamble.
I bought half a dozen crypto. That's funny. Tell me you don't know anything about it by not telling me you don't know anything about it.
If we make some money from this thing, great. So we didn't invest our entire savings. We just decided to put in as much as we could afford to lose.
Okay, so at this point, he had never heard of crypto. Someone told him about it. He set up a wallet, bought crypto. At some point, this is going to say he lost the key. He lost the key phrases, and then he reached out to a help desk that was not an official help desk, and they asked him to supply his login, and he gave it to them. That's where this goes for sure.
And as I mentioned, with this recent scam, it was extremely complicated
and
sophisticated.
What probably happens is that he realized that the thing that he bought went up in value, and then he was like, oh, wait a second, I bought a lot of that. Where is it again? I forgot. Okay, let me go to the help desk. Not a help desk. There is no help desk. You will never get help. If it's MetaMask wallet, you will never be able to reach someone at MetaMask and get them to reset your seed phrase. You have to do that yourself. So I don't know. I guess I should shut the hell up and let him tell. But I'm trying to predict where this is going.
And they got me. They got me good.
And
I'm not going to say the exact amount. It wasn't enough to buy a house by any means, but it could definitely have bought a very, very nice car. So does it hurt? Yeah.
So a couple $100,000?
Yeah. Was there some trauma the first couple of weeks after it happened? Absolutely.
Now, I know I'm stopping it a lot, but he still hasn't got to it yet, and it's 4 minutes. It's 4 minutes and 20 seconds in, and we haven't got to the guts of it yet.
For the first week after, I was just in really like this state of shock, constantly reflecting back on.
Dude, you don't have much time left on this earth. You shouldn't be wasting all this time in this video. Get to the point, man. Time's a ticking here, buddy. You're over the hill. You're not 35.
The details of what happened and how it happened. Again, I'm going to explain a lot of that coming up here very shortly.
Good Lord.
But with that, also, I came to learn that there is a lot of psychological trauma when you've been scammed. And I can assure you,
I'm going to have trauma from just watching the start of this video.
People that are scammed, don't be quick to judge. Don't think like, oh, that person's so stupid. How could they be so dumb?
All of this stuff you should have said at the end, dude. Like, get to the fucking chase. Can I swear? Get to the chase, man. Tell us about all this stuff after you've told us the thing.
These scammers, there were two of them, were so good. I mean, I really have to give them credit because they got me so good. I thought for sure they were on my side and they were genuinely trying to help me. That's how sincere and genuine.
So he was talking with someone? Big fail.
When they came across.
Big fail.
So we invested this amount of money into crypto. And of course, maybe like you, for those of you that might have crypto, we've seen it go up and down, the rise and fall of Bitcoin and all of that. And so after 4.5 years,
Whoa.
we were, almost to the point, if we could just break even and have everything get back to where we would at least cover ourselves, we would get out. So we did have those conversations.
So he had no faith in the market. He got in. The market tanked. He got worried. He waited for it to break even. Then he wanted to pull out. That's not how you play crypto. You need to just be able to withstand you need to be able to weather the storm. It's no good looking at it like I do all the time. If you need that money, you should not have put it in crypto. If you don't need it and you can put it in crypto and you can afford to wait and wait and wait, then you're good. But if you needed that money and you were bumming that it went down, then you did the wrong thing to start with.
Because, we just thought things would be a little bit more stable after 4.5 years with the whole...
Crypto is never stable. Crypto is the most volatile asset known to mankind, literally. the most volatile asset. 90% drops are in the game, as are 90% rises. Common across all cryptos, 90% drops. So if you got in thinking I'm going to be a millionaire overnight, you're thinking about it the wrong way. And by the way, he still hasn't told us what the scam is. 5 minutes and 38 seconds in.
Crypto industry. And so we had our reservations. So we were just waiting for it to go up. And then we were going to make this call about whether we just pull everything out or not. So that's how we got introduced to crypto. And we kept everything in the crypto.com wallet.
There it is. What have I said 100 times on these crypto streams? Never leave your crypto assets on an exchange. Leaving it in the crypto wallet, crypto.com he's talking about, you're leaving it on the exchange. Do not. Actually, he might not. He may have been having it on his phone on the wallet. If he's left it on the crypto.com website in their wallet on the site, that's a rookie mistake. Well, he's a rookie, but
I don't know about you folks, but for me, I get phishing attempts almost daily. I get calls pretty much daily, sometimes multiple calls a day that are all scams. And you know when they're scams, I mean, most of them are very, very obvious. I've also been a victim of fraud when people have been fraudulently using my credit card. So like you, I've had to cancel credit cards, deal with PayPal. Somebody had gotten into our account, taken money out. And fortunately, I've been able to get back, a lot of these funds that had gone missing with the help of their security departments and their fraud departments. So I've dealt with these departments both with Google, but also with PayPal. And I know how these people talk and what it's like talking to these people.
are you aware that we're 6 minutes and 44 seconds in and we haven't got to the scam yet? This guy is the ultimate waffler. I thought I waffle. This guy's waffle. He's winning a waffle marathon.
And they definitely want to try to help and get as much information from you to try to get the bad guys. So that's how these two guys came across to me. And again, I'm going to get into the specific details. So I'm going to get there. So please stay with me. But I'm just want
How long can we have to stay here, dude? I think I'm getting scammed right now.
to give you the backdrop here. But I want you to know that I've been exposed to people in fraud departments and these security departments. And really nowadays, anything you log into, right, there's this two-factor authentication, right, where you either have Face ID, your thumbprint, or they send you a code to your phone, right, or to your email. That you can't belong to any financial institution or pretty much any entity these days without having to verify you are who you are. And that's a good thing. And so I'm familiar with that process. It's frustrating. I lose patience. Like, God, this got to go through all this again. The reason I felt comfortable with these guys doing what they were doing is because they were sending me these verification emails and these
Crypto.com, an email on his phone. Okay, well, that does kind of look legit at that point, right? It's an email coming from crypto.com. I mean, I hope he hovered over that address and verified that it actually is crypto.com, or is it crypto and that O is a 0? We don't know unless he hovers over it.
Verification text to my phone. And these guys knew everything about me. They had all this information on me.
That part of this scam looks legit unless it's coming from a fraudulent email address, which he didn't show us.
And these guys knew everything about me. They had all this information on me. So
That one, the other one, that
and these guys knew everything.
text message RCS. What does RCS stand for? The one before it was text message SMS.
And these verification text
message SMS.
to my phone. And these guys knew everything
Text message RCS. I'm not sure what that is.
about me. They had all this information on me. So I'm going to take a deep breath here, and I'm going to provide you exact details of what went down. So how this began.
So at the 8-minute mark is when the scam starts.
And was like it most often does,
You forgot your
is
password.
with an email or a phone call. And in this case, I got an email from Google. I just checked my phone, and we had a family get together. And so I just checked my phone. There was something from Google, but I didn't really pay much attention to it at the time. And then within about 20 minutes, I received a phone call.
Are you
saying
serious?
that they were from the Google security.
So hang on. You missed a phone call from Google and you replied to it? You idiot. This is nothing to do with a wallet. This is just basic phone etiquette. RCS is a more modern SMS. Okay, thanks, Woz. I've never noticed it before. So this guy got a phone call from this and he didn't take it, but he rang them back? Okay, big fail.
I received a phone call saying that they were from the Google security or Google fraud department, and that somebody was trying to add an additional email onto my account, and if I was the one that had done that, and if I had authorized that. And I said no.
Okay, at that point, right there, you should have hung that phone up. If you were dumb enough to make that call and they gave you that line, it's at that point that you should have said, it's not me, see ya. You shouldn't have made that call to start with, but if you did and someone on the other end answered and they said, oh, there's someone trying to authorize a second two-factor authentication with a different email account, is it you? That's when you say, no, it's not me, bye. Done. They want you to keep talking. They want to get inside your head. You fell for the simplest thing here, dude. This is not crypto related. This is just rookie phone mistake.
Was the one that had done that, and if I had authorized that. And I said no. And what's interesting is that they also had mentioned that they were trying to do this from a separate laptop device than what they had on record for me.
So now they're bamboozling you with facts to make it look or to make it appear more legit. And did you say you have an iPad or a laptop? We're not sure which device this has been done on a different device, so it can't be you, right? You don't have an iPad, right? You're a PC guy, right? Yeah. So and then they start getting familiar with you and making you feel comfortable. Dude, hang the phone up. Put the phone down. You're not talking to a real person here. You're talking to a scammer.
And
Idiot.
What's interesting is that they also had mentioned that they were trying to do this from a separate laptop.
What's interesting is they're talking and talking. They're trying to keep you there, dude. Don't like. What happened? Like, people are smarter than this, aren't they? People are smarter than this. I'm smarter. Most people are smarter than this. They bait you with interesting things. In this case, the device was different.
That they also had mentioned that
he uses the word "what's interesting," so they've got your interest. Suddenly, you're a valid scam now.
And I said no. And what's interesting is that they also had mentioned that they were trying to do this from a separate laptop device than what they had on record for me, and so they wanted me to validate this other device.
So why is it all crypto.com and that's an exchange, Poloniex? He hasn't explained why it's related to crypto.com. So he didn't explain that. He said he got a phone call from Google and people were trying to change their two-factor. Is that to log into crypto.com with your Gmail account? Is that what he didn't say that? My dad got scammed by Microsoft once, which I found crazy as he's the kind of guy who alerts the rest of the family about scams. Felt pretty bad for him. It does happen, huh? It does happen.
And it was originating out of Virginia. And I don't know if there's any correlation at all, but like the day before I'd gotten a scam call. I didn't answer it, but it was a call from Virginia.
How do you know it was a scam call? The way you knew this one was a scam, but in this instance you chose to answer it? So the thing is here, unless you have chosen to change your two-factor, unless you've done that, get the hell out of there. Hang up, walk away. Unless it's you. If you have put in a request to change your two-factor, only then will you even remotely entertain this conversation. But if you haven't, they're obviously phishing, right? Oh, we received a notification to change your two-factor. That wasn't me. It wasn't? Anyway, let's see what else we can get you with. Oh, they used a different device and they also logged in using a different IP from you. So now you're suddenly on the line to these people and you're wondering, am I getting scammed? Dude, the scam is they're telling you that they're basically saying, we want you to give us authorization to reset this back, and then they get in, right? If in doubt, always tell them you will call them back on the official number. That's a great idea, was. Ask for their name and go and look on the website and find out who they are, what department they work in. Obviously, they don't work anywhere. They're no one. Rookie.
Area code that I didn't recognize, so I just hung up. I didn't say anything, but I get
So
those again.
That's the other call. So a call came through from an area code he didn't recognize. By the way, never respond to a phone call that's not in your address book. Hell no. I get multiple calls throughout the day. The number's not in my address book. I just let it ring. I don't stop the call. I just let it ring. If you stop the call, then the message is received to the bot that this is a legitimate number because a human interacted and pressed end call. Therefore, the number's valid. They'll keep hitting that number until you pick up. The way that they're robots, the way that they work is they pick a random number. It's all computer generated. Randomizers going through numbers, trying to find a real one. Second, you give a human response by stopping the call. That's a legitimate number. They on-sell that number to scammers. They make money selling your number. We know this is a valid number because the user ended the call. So don't end the call. Don't answer the call. Don't silence it. Just let it ring out until it stops. And that's it. You just move on. It's not very difficult. Like, if you're answering phone calls in your phone and you don't have that number, you kind of deserve to get scammed. Just saying.
That I didn't recognize, so I just hung up. I didn't say anything, but I get those again multiple.
The point here is he just hung up. Don't do anything. The phone rings, not in my phone book. Don't hit end. Don't hit the red one. Just let it ring out. That way that they don't know that you're not a real person. They give up after 3 rings usually 3 or 4. You should also set your voicemail to activate after about 4 or 5 rings because they usually give up after 3 rings, 3 to 4
times a day. So again, I don't know if that was kind of like setting things up to make me wonder about, how this all ties in together or not. But I told them no, that I didn't try to do that. And so they asked me to check my email, and sure enough, they had sent me this email with this other email that was trying to be added to my Google account. The guy was very friendly, very sincere.
So they got your email address legitimate, so they can send you an email. That's not that unusual.
And not rushed in any way, shape, or form. Somehow, some way, I got onto a Google app and went somewhere because he's directing me. I can't, I'm going back and forth between my phone and my laptop.
Did you hear what he just said? Somehow I got onto a Google app. They sent you an app to download and you did it? You downloaded an app on your phone that they sent you to download? I mean, come on, man. The case closed right now. Yeah, right?
Very sincere and not rushed in any way, shape, or form. Somehow, some way, I got onto a Google app and went somewhere because he's directing me. I can't, I'm going back and forth between my phone and my laptop. And so it's all a blur to me now. But somehow, some way, I went into a Google app. And
What is a Google app? What Google app? Is there an app just called Google? Gets tricky with my dad as he uses a private number. So whenever he calls me, it shows as private, but I've told him to always leave a message. If you're having private numbers from someone, for sure, you have to have a system in place. Yeah, for sure. I should have hit that. I didn't factor that in, but sure, if you've got a private number from someone, I think he fell for that fake window behind him. I never noticed that, man. I got so carried away trying to work out how old he was, but yeah, that is a fake window, isn't it? That's a piece of art. Yeah, I can't believe he just somehow got onto an app. I somehow got onto an app, so you downloaded and installed an app. Let me guess, they sent you the link to install that? There it is, folks.
Dear, and not rushed in any way, shape, or form. Somehow, some way, I got onto a Google app and went somewhere because he's directing me. I can't, I'm going back and forth between my phone and
Being
my
bamboozled.
laptop. And so it's all a blur to me now. But somehow, some way, I went into a Google app and there was this email and it asked me.
That looks like your inbox. It's not a Google app. No reply at accounts.google.com. The email address looks legit. Now you're going to have to check whether no reply should be one word or if no dash reply is the actual email. You have to verify that. So that's not a Google app. That's your Gmail, right? That is your Gmail app. Okay.
To authenticate this email or not, this other scam email. And so I said, no, I'm not authorizing this. He said, yeah, then you say you don't authorize. Okay, great. So he's walking me through this process.
Click this.
And is this your device?
So if you don't want to authorize this change in two-factor, click this link.
Told the guy over the phone, no, this isn't my device. He said, yeah, say, no, it's not your device. Okay. So I did this on this Google app. And I can't remember, he might have even sent me a verification text or another verification email, which again,
This is just all wrong, man. This is just all wrong. First of all, you didn't request any of this, yet you're going through and doing all the things that they're telling you. If you didn't request it, just walk away, man.
just added to the authenticity of it all. And so when he said that there was somebody trying to add their email account from this other device, I confirmed that, yes, it's not me. And he said, do you know why somebody would be wanting to do that? I said, no idea. And he said, well, we engaged in they also contacted us via chat message, and they were asking something about wanting to update something on your crypto account. So they said, do you have any kind of a crypto account? And I said, yeah, I do. He said, oh, okay.
But this is not quite accurate because we've already seen the screenshots from your crypto.com email address. He's now saying that they're linking it to his crypto.com, but we've already seen those screenshots. Something's weird about this, man. The story's not quite what he's saying, I don't think.
Any kind of a crypto account? And I said, yeah, I do. He said, oh, okay. So he sounded very concerned, and he said, okay, well, that's beyond what we can help you with now, but you've told us that this person trying to add their email account to your Google account is not you, so we're good on our end. But we do have a partner system with crypto.com because we've seen a rise in this fraudulent activity. And so you may want to talk to them.
They probably had a browser cookie tracker so they knew what site he was looking at. I mean, it could be that, or they could have just been phishing and saying, are you involved in any crypto at all? Because that's full of scams. So let's make sure you're locked down for that. What crypto are you looking at, and what wallets do you use? And let's make sure those aren't compromised. So give us the login, and we'll fix that. That's the problem. The problem here with this guy, he didn't request anything. He's basically fallen prey to phishing in a big way, and he said that he's pretty tech savvy, pretty smart, but he didn't request a change, yet he's going along with everything that they're asking him. He's feeding into it, man. Momentary lapse of reasoning, momentary lapse of sanity, doesn't deserve to be drained of his entire crypto assets, but man, he dropped the ball for sure.
Somebody from their department to see if your account at crypto.com has been compromised in any way. And I said, okay, yeah, I'm totally open to that. And so I said, okay, no problem. He said, I will go ahead and contact them on your behalf, and I will have them call you with this number. Is that okay?
My God. So you have a crypto.com account? Yeah, I do. Yeah. Okay. Well, we want to make certain that it's not compromised. So we'll reach out to them on your behalf, and we'll have them contact you. Absolutely not. That is not how this works. My mother almost purchased crypto too. Baffles my mind when your own family are so gullible. Imagine that. This is horrible, man. Like I'm sorry I'm being a bit harsh on him, but I'm sorry to hear this because he is falling for all the major plays in this game. It's baffling that he hasn't been done before. Excuse me, I just got a message here. Ah, shit. Well, I need to change my login. Bummer. Yeah, he's falling for all the tricks here.
And they can explain and let you know if there's been any interference, any compromise of your crypto account. I said that would be fine. Great. So we hang up, and then about
Wait. I got to hear that bit again. I just got to hear that in its entirety. So, do you have a crypto.com account? Yeah, I do. Yeah. Okay, so we want that to make sure it's not compromised. So, we'll reach out to them on your behalf, and we'll have them contact you. Has that ever happened before? No. You know why? Because it doesn't happen. That's a scam.
So I said, okay, no problem. He said, I will go ahead and contact them on your behalf, and I will have them call you with this number. Is that okay? And they can explain and let you know if there's been any interference, any compromise of your crypto account. I said, that would be fine. Great. So we hang up, and then about not even a minute goes by, and this other call comes in. So the second caller calls me, and again, both of these guys, it could have been two buddies that I grew up with in Southern California. You know, there was no, Indian or Russian accent. No disrespect if you're Russian or Indian, but a lot of these scammers, they're from other countries, right? And they're foreigners, and but even if they're not, if they're American accents, there's just something you can tell that there's, something's a little off. There was nothing off with these guys. I actually think that one or both of them may have actually worked at Google or at crypto.com. So they're very familiar with their whole setup. It wouldn't surprise me at all. With this guy from crypto.com, he was also sending me verification text codes, and I'm repeating back to him. Also, there was one or more emails that I needed to verify, and he basically said that because there was a chat session, it seemed like they had access, and then he's telling me what my date of birth is. He's telling me what my social security number is, my address, my phone number. I've got several email addresses. He mentioned two of them. So he wasn't asking me, and I'm sharing this information for him to validate. He's telling me, so these guys, they have everything on me. And it's really not too surprising because like we have to sign up for this and that, and you give them everything, right? And then they get hacked, and who knows who they sell that information to. So that's not too surprising. But once they have this information, it can be pretty frightening and scary. So there was this whole process from the Google conversation to the end of where my money was gone in my wallet was 90 minutes. So a lot of that is a blur. And so I can't even remember exactly what I did, but they were walking me through this process all along and guiding me as if they were there to help. Because at the end of the day, this guy from crypto.com had said, well, you can leave everything as it is, but it does seem like, there could be in the future some issue with your crypto account being compromised. And we do.
There could be an issue in the future. They prey on that fear aspect, don't they? You should have just walked away, dude. I mean, it's hindsight, right? But
have another secure wallet that you can transfer your funds into. It's still a crypto.com wallet, and you can go ahead and just transfer everything over into that, and that's a much more secure way to keep your funds. So that sounded good to me, right? No. It was not a good idea. So I'm going to share exactly what happened with that. So he said to go to crypto.com, and there's a crypto.com on-chain wallet. So this is an actual app. This is a credible app from crypto.com. And if you just do crypto.com on your app store, it is one of the first 2 or 3 apps that shows up. So I thought, oh, okay, well, this has got to be legit because it's still crypto.com.
Yeah, you know what one wasn't legit? The one that you Googled the Google app that you somehow found yourself on. You should have been as diligent about that as you are about this, right? Somehow I found myself on a Google app. Which Google app, dude?
So with a lot of back and forth, he's guiding me through this process, and something like whitelisted this, something was going on. Terminology I was not familiar with, but this guy knew everything that I was seeing.
What are the comments like on this video? We're definitely going to be looking at that in a minute, once it finishes. I definitely want to see what people are saying. My take on this is he got played for a fool. He downloaded the crypto.com wallet app, which is legit. Now, what the guys would have been saying is set up a transfer from your existing wallet to this wallet. And they would have said, make sure you put these numbers in. And they would have given him a separate address, not his crypto.com second wallet address. So basically what he's done is he's transferred his funds from one wallet to what he was assuming was another crypto.com wallet, but in actual fact, it was to the scammer's wallet. And he did that all by them giving him the information, probably copying and pasting. And because they have his two-factor and he's there with them, he gets the information. Oh, did you really want to send this? Yes, click here, send in your passcode. Here it is. The passcode comes in, send it off. They scammed him really. Like, they would have been looking at each other going, is this how easy this one's going to be? This guy's just falling into all of it. Like, yeah. And this is pretty classic in the sense that at the beginning of this video, he said that he was new to crypto about 4 years ago, and they bought, and then the crypto market plummeted. So he just left it and forgot about it, and they were watching it, hoping for it to get back to break-even point, and then they were going to get out. So he's not really savvy in the sense of, first of all, buying and then moving tokens around and whatnot from different wallets and whatever. Doesn't sound like that's been something he's done. He just bought at the beginning and thought that we'll just wait for it to go up, but it didn't. So this process of moving assets around is new to him, and that's what they're preying on right now, the scammers.
Before they even showed up on my phone or my laptop, eventually we're doing this from my phone. But before I was seeing anything, he was telling me what I was going to see, what was going to come up. And all along the way, he gave me the impression that he really wanted to help me secure my funds and try to get the bad guys. Along the way, there was that little thing in the back of my head thinking, like, what if it's not true? What if this guy's a scammer? So that's why I was taking some screenshots along the way from my phone.
What were those screenshots? Secure.
Guy's a scammer. So that
secure at crypto. I'm assuming that's just clippedout.com.
That's why
he's on a PayPal app. What's this pay button here?
I was taking some screenshots along
Wouldn't mind seeing what that full email address is.
the way from my phone.
We've initiated a temporary session for your crypto.com account. Valid for the next 30 minutes. Don't know if that ever happens.
So I could, and a computer, just in case.
Hello at crypto.com.
So I could, and a computer.
That one sounds a bit sketchy just from the outset. Hello at crypto.com.
Just in case. But I think it's not going to be necessary because, these guys really seem to want to help. So what happened then is I had to create. Oh, no, there was.
Something doesn't add up here. This screenshot says 9:51 a.m. But back before, where are we now? 16 minutes and 5 seconds. Back before, way back here, the screenshots were in the PM, like 9 o'clock at night or something. These ones. Where were they? Where were these screenshots? Here.
There have been two buddies that I grew up with in Southern California.
Yeah, these ones are 8:38 p.m. And he said all this took place over the course of 90 minutes, yet the ones that we're looking at now, 16 minutes and 5 seconds. What's this, 1:55 a.m.? Or is that the call timer? No, up there it's usually the system clock. It's a bit weird.
Little thing in the back of my head thinking like, what if it's not
In
true?
green.
What if this guy's a scammer? So that's
that's the system clock at the top, 154. Unless you were talking about the other ones back here. No, they were definitely PM. It literally said PM on it.
why I was taking some screenshots.
No, that's the time, man. 1:55 a.m. So he's lied about the timing behind all this. And this makes sense too, because this here reply yesterday at 7:46 p.m. that matches the other time frames where we saw here where it was around 8 p.m. So he's now the following day at 1 o'clock in the morning. Like, I don't know what your sleep patterns are like, but responding to scammers at 1 a.m. Like, I'm on Do Not Disturb at that point.
Away from my phone, so I could and a computer. Just in case.
Yeah, and now it's gone 1:58 a.m., 1:55, 1:58.
Just in case, but I think it's not going to be.
And now the green, yeah, you said that could be the time. It's up there in the status bar, dude, next to the cellular and the battery. That's the time, dude. That's the next day at 9:51 a.m. It's weird what he's doing, though. He spent all night on this?
Because these guys really seem to want to help. So what happened then is I had to create. Oh no, there was a pass key. So there was 12 words that were given to me on my phone that they could see. So somehow they were able to access my screen through all this back.
The 12 words that they could see. They gave you the words, dude. Man. Uh-oh.
And forth, this and that, verifying this and that. They had access to my screen. It's the only way that I can explain it, because I received this code, these 12 words on my phone after uploading this crypto on-chain app. And so he said...
Uploading? You uploaded the crypto on-chain app? He's so bamboozled here. This is an easy target. No one should ever give you your seed phrase. And definitely not two dudes on a phone call.
Uploading this crypto on-chain app. And so he said, don't tell me what those words are. Those are for you. That's your password. You need to write all those down. And you're going to be asked again in a little bit. I'm going to walk you through the process. You're going to have to put all those words on your phone into into these fields. And I said, oh, okay. So that happened. So never once did he ask me for these words. Never once did I tell him a single word. And so we went through this process again with installing the app.
So it sounds like here they just gave him the address to send it to, and he just went ahead and did everything. That's what it sounds like. Unless I'm missing something, and it's weird the timings, how it's all overnight and into the morning, but it sounds like they just gave him the address to send the money to, or to send the assets to, and he went ahead and he just transferred. He got tricked into thinking that these are real people from crypto.com and we need to secure your assets, so send them over here. And where he sent them, their wallet. He authorized it. The transaction's probably on chain right there for you to see, right? Authorized this to there. Done.
Doing something.
You know what he should do? He should provide us with the address that he sent it to, so that we can go back and find other transactions, because these probably known scammers. They probably got a bunch of wallets that have been used on these different scams, and then they've sent them to like a mixer or something.
My wallet. And then I went ahead and entered in these 12 words. And again, somehow, some way, he knew what those were. So instead of those funds of mine going from my crypto account into this on-chain account, somehow, some way, he was on his end diverting these funds out of my account into his somewhere in the universe. I don't know. And so
that's pretty important, that detail. When he walked you through everything, what information? Did you not keep that info? Did you not, like, you're copying and pasting, do you not just paste it into a spreadsheet or keep it there on a notepad or something? Because that's pretty important, right? And by the way, if you still have access to that new, fresh crypto.com wallet, you should be able to find the outgoing transaction where you actually sent it to.
he said it might take a few minutes to process it. I'm watching, and then I start seeing these emails come in through my phone, my laptop, that the transaction has been initiated and it's being processed. And then he says it might take a couple minutes, so just be patient. And I'm watching it. It's processing, the wheels going around on my phone, processing. And sure enough, every single one of my accounts now with crypto.com was showing up that this was in motion and that the transaction was complete. And as this is happening in real time, I'm going from my crypto.com account to the crypto on-chain account. And I'm saying, I don't see anything in this on-chain account. He said, oh yeah, I know. He said, that will, as I mentioned before, he said, I mentioned that before, and he did, reminded me, it takes a few minutes for it to show up in there.
What, crypto's not instant? I thought crypto was instantaneous transactions.
Thing, after everything was confirmed, gone, he hangs up. I tried calling him back, no. But I'm going to show you the screenshots here, if I haven't already, of their
Please just show us the transaction where you sent it. You've got the wallet. Show us where you sent it. That's what we really need to see. All this scammy stuff, it's irrelevant. All the crypto.com stuff was legit. You just sent your assets to a phony address. You got tricked into moving assets to somewhere that was not in your possession. The thing that you were sending to was not yours. That's all that happened here. So you have the crypto.com wallet. Let's see the transaction, the outgoing transaction, because that'll tell us everything we need and we can then check it on chain.
Their emails and their phone numbers that they were calling from and how legitimate it actually was. And so then I was frantic. Then I went into absolute panic mode because, it's not the end of the world. It's not our life savings.
It's not right now, but when Bitcoin goes back to 120,000, you'll be spewing, dude. You said it was enough to buy a good car. Like we're talking 60, 70,000. Yeah, it's about a Bitcoin, right? Just under a Bitcoin.
It was still a lot of money to us, and it hurt. I'm going to share with you some things that I've learned from this process and how you can protect yourself and provide some details in the description below from these agencies that can help you in the event that this kind of thing should happen to you. So as I'll show you again, these emails, these phone calls looked like they were legitimately coming from Google and crypto.com.
They probably did, but if you didn't action it, if you didn't request it, what do you think that they're calling you for? They're not going to call you unless if you initiate, I need to change my two-factor. How do I do that? Then you've got a valid reason to go down this road. But if you missed a scam call and then called them back, I missed that phone call. Oh, we got a thing about two-factor changing. Did you do that? No. Okay, you better secure it. Come over here and walk through this and download this thing. Like, what are you talking about? This is the simplest thing ever.
The interesting thing is I didn't notice this until later, but the time frame, like the time of the emails, was coming in about 7 hours later. Okay, it was about 8 o'clock in the evening, and it was like 1, 2 in the afternoon the next day.
Right.
So that's when these guys were working their magic somehow. But so that time zone actually lines up with.
Doesn't really add up because he said earlier the whole thing took about 90 minutes. He did say that the whole scam took about 90 minutes.
Magic somehow, but so that time zone actually lines up with Singapore, which apparently is where crypto's headquarters are, which makes me think that this could be an inside job. Perhaps it wouldn't surprise me. These guys were so good and knew exactly what they were doing. Obviously, very computer proficient, much more than me. Knew all the steps and guided me in the most patient, sincere way. Like they were genuinely wanting to help me secure my funds. And there was never any pressure from them whatsoever.
No.
But again,
they were just good actors.
Time zone with Singapore could have been Hong Kong, could have been Australia, but
we did it.
They certainly weren't where I was, which was Hawaii at the time. And the other thing that I did right afterwards was called the local police in Honolulu and filed a report. So I mentioned I've taken these screenshots.
What did you do? You called your local cops? They're like, what? Crypto.com? Good luck, dude. Show us the outgoing transaction, man. That's what we really want.
shots and these accounts that they were coming from, the email accounts, the phone numbers.
These are all irrelevant. All this stuff is irrelevant. This is all legit. You just changed your two-factor and you sent your assets to a wallet you didn't own. That's what's going on here.
Google names on them. So just, again, all seems so legitimate. And what's interesting is that within an hour after this happened, those emails that they had sent to me were gone, just disappeared, vanished. So somehow, some way, after they sent me those emails, they were able to pull them back or delete them. Again, I'm not a technical computer guy. I don't know how that worked.
How do you know that? Did he verify that the email addresses were gone, or did he just email and not get a response? Because that's an interesting little sidestep there.
Yeah, so they're just trying to erase every and all evidence as much as possible. So a couple things that I've done to just safeguard myself from this ever happening in the future is I installed some malware on my computer and scanned my entire system, and there was nothing that came up as
malware. Like, seriously, checking for malware. It's not malware, dude. You took a phone call. If you want to really safeguard yourself, do not use your phone. Just don't use your phone, because you obviously don't know what you're doing with it. Don't take phone calls from anyone not in your address book. And definitely don't call them back. What are you doing? Not only did you miss the call, you rang the number back? What? Oh, you got to install this for us, Frank. Dennis? Okay, I'll do that. What part of this did you... Okay, I'll back out. I'm into us.
Unusual. So if they did have any access to my computer or my phone, it was short-lived, thankfully. I also went ahead and contacted the 3 credit bureaus, because what I'm concerned about now, of course, is identity theft. And so there's a way that you can sign up. There's a cost.
You probably should contact crypto.com. I'll be going to them first, right? Hey, can you just check my wallet here? There's an outgoing transaction last night at 1 a.m. I just want to verify where that went. If you didn't keep that transaction record, well, you would. It's in the wallet, by the way. It's easy enough to find. But if you can't get to it, they'll definitely, if you call crypto.com, they'll be able to walk you to your wallet and say, this is what you click to find your outgoing transactions. This one here is the one that you sent last night. This is where it went. And then at least that hash to where it goes, you can track that. You can at least follow it. You can't find out who owns it, but you can see their other transactions. That's what we need to see.
Of course, but it's nominal. And that way it kind of keeps these 3 credit bureaus on the alert if anybody is trying to open up a bank account, for example, in your name.
This is all irrelevant.
Are alerted, so that way these things can be found out ahead
Please don't
of time,
tell me you're going to give us a referral code for this. Is all irrelevant, this information here,
rather than after the fact. So I'm also going to point out some agencies in the description below, as I mentioned, that can help you if this kind of situation happens to you in the future. In terms of these phishing emails, a couple of things I also just wanted to share with you that I've learned is that if you get an email that is suspicious, you'll notice that often at the very bottom there is going to be links like unsubscribe or contact us or about, right? And those links will, if you click on those from a real email, they're going to take you somewhere, right? Legitimate within that company's website. So often these phishing emails aren't that sophisticated where they don't go that far. So they show about or contact at the bottom or unsubscribe, but they're not links. You can't open them up even if you wanted to. So that's one telltale.
How do you know that they're not links unless you clicked it? Are you investigating the code? Are you inspecting it? If you clicked it and it didn't go anywhere, you've already just clicked it. Don't click that shit. Just delete those emails. Dude, don't do this.
Sign. Another thing is looking at their return address and your email address. Sometimes there's some clues in there that you can that can alert you that it's a phishing. The most important piece of advice that I can give you if you get any kind of a phone call from any financial institution, any entity, whether it's Google or YouTube or PayPal, whatever the case might be, if you get any email, if you get any phone call, don't take any action. Just delete that email. Maybe don't delete it right away, but don't click on any attachment. This goes for if you get a text in your phone.
He needs a round of applause here because he does understand it. He didn't, but he does now. So that might have saved you, dude. You did the opposite of that. You called them back.
If you get an email, but from this point on, if I get anything suspicious, and I recommend you do the same,
it's too late,
is
dude.
you call that institution, you call that company, that entity, and you contact their security or fraud department, and you say, "Hey, is there anything I should?"
It doesn't even
know
have to be
about?"
that, dude. Okay, I'll break it down for you. The simplest thing for you to do, if you get something that you're not sure of, something comes in your email or a phone call or something, whatever it is, and you think, that does kind of sound legit. The easiest way to verify is to walk away from the device, go somewhere separate, whether it be your friend's phone, whether it be your other phone, whether it be the other laptop, whatever, just use a different device, find the number of the people, whatever the organization is. Let's say it's an energy company like Red Energy or Optus or something. Go and call them and say, "Oh, hey guys, I got an email from you guys about so-and-so. Just want to verify it before I take action." They'll be like, "Let me just check on that for you." "No, we didn't send anything to you." "No, your account's fine. Everything's good." You take a secondary access, like an alternate access to the company. Do not go the way that they came to you. Don't do that, because that's the scammer, right? But if you're really sure that it could be real, make your own access, make your own entrance into the company and ask them about it. Do not go that way. Avoid everything to do with that way. Go the other way. "Hey guys, I just got this thing from Optus and I just wanted to check." Nah, that's not us. What's the email address? Welcome Optus123@Yahoo. That's not us. Throw that one away. In fact, just ignore it. That's what this guy's learned now. He should have learned that early. And by the way, everyone knows, like, I feel like most people know this. It's a real shame that this guy got involved in crypto 4 years ago and wasn't thinking about this to avoid this happening. There is steps he could take to explore further, but I don't think he quite grasps what he's even done in terms of sending the assets, which is a shame.
Is my account compromised in any way, shape, or form? Has anybody tried to contact you? And so that way, if there's any kind of an issue, they're going to tell you about it. But chances are, no, and everything's going to be just fine. So these scammers, I tell you, I've dealt with these people for so many years. I'm sick and tired of them, as I know you are.
You've dealt with them for so many years? What? How did you fall for it then? Why did you fall for it?
And I wanted to share this video, make this video because, I don't want you to have to go through the same thing. And thank God we didn't have our life savings, or, again, we're going to get through this. It's, not an amount that is going to drown us. So thankfully, we're going to be fine. There's a lot of people, though, that literally do get taken for their life savings, and it just breaks my heart. I hope that this is something that you can take to heart, and note that you just need to call the companies where this is originating from, where you think that there might be an issue. Don't respond to the email, don't respond to the phone calls, just hang up. And if I would have done that, everything would have been fine. If I could have just said, "You know what, I'm going to call Google and straighten this out. I'm going to call crypto.com and see if there's any issue." If I would have just done that, I wouldn't be making this video right now. But I am, and I hope it helps. So please drop me a comment and let me know if there's anything I might have missed, if this has happened to you.
Yeah, show us the transaction.
If there's any opinion or recommendations that you might have for trying to keep awake.
Okay, that's enough. I want to know the transaction. Let's change to, there's 800 comments, so there's a fair few here. Sorry for your loss. Thanks for sharing. Hot wallet, everyday phone should not be the same item. Legit will never contact you for any reason. Never trust anything free. Something almost exactly like this happened, blah, 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 blah. Come on, so much talking. Get to it. Yeah, right on. You should have used Tangent Cold Wallet. Okay, thank you for making the video. Most likely he gave you the seed phrase, 12 words via text. Yep, talk you through it. So where is the transaction? This video could have been done in 5 minutes. Right on. Thank you for uploading. Can we just find the word transaction? Dick and Doris. How you doing, Dick? Hey, Gibbs. Hope you're well. Haven't seen you for ages. Love and hugs from the UK. Dick and Doris. I'm doing well. Dick and Doris. Let's find the word transaction. where's my here transaction? Transaction doesn't come up. No one's asking for the transaction. Where is the transaction? I want to see the transaction. Transaction. There you go. Someone's got it. It's 9 days ago. Contact the FBI. They have a divisional investigation team specifically for crypto. All transactions are traced in the blockchain. I can't believe he didn't hit that. Like, I cannot believe he didn't think about finding the transaction. You sent your freaking assets out of a wallet. Just show us the wallet. Show us the outgoing transaction. I'm just scrolling all the way down to the bottom just to see if anybody else uses the word transaction in their comment. I'm just going to search for it. Here we go. Transaction. No. Transaction. XRP Army for Dick and Doris. I did buy a little XRP the other week after we talked about it on stream. Bought a little extra. I'm not finding, I'm just trying to scroll down and scan these comments for the word transaction. No. So let's just read a few. It can happen to anyone. French look, furnitures, deco, and accent. You didn't have a wallet, you had an exchange. If you had a wallet, they would need your seed phrase. Even the most novice crypto investor knows you never give a seed phrase. I'm really sorry. Thanks for sharing. This is great at seedless hardware like Tamchin. 11 minutes in, I couldn't take it any longer. Sorry for your loss and thanks for sharing. Simple trick to never get hacked. So basically, the takeaway here is if I could offer any, well, I don't want to offer any assistance, but okay, a little assistance here. You can trace that transaction. That would be a good thing to do. At least then you could find out potentially other transactions that have gone into that wallet that also obviously be scams, and then more than likely the assets would get moved into a mixing wallet, which then you can't trace. But someone that has more blockchain asset analysis skills than I do would be able to look into that deeper. Like those chain analysis guys that dig deep, they could go in and look closer and find out more things. But the concept of being able to track your transaction, that shouldn't be foreign to this guy. If he was, well, he got in 4 years ago and then he gave up and he forgot about it. But he is aware that he sent his assets from somewhere that he owned to somewhere he didn't own. So that's a big failure in that video. He should have really hit that point, and he should have linked it. He should have said, here is the wallet I sent to, here is the address it got sent to, here is the transaction that I did on the blockchain, and this is what happened. That would have been a real good part, like a good piece of evidence to even dig deeper in. Get a bit more is bargain basement price at the moment. It is right now. Let's just pause for a second and take a look at XRP before we wrap the stream up here. Why am I so zoomed in there? Because I'm streaming, that's why. XRP. Recent searches. XRP. Oh, it's dropped. I think I bought in at $1.40. I think I bought in at $1.40. Yeah, last week, I guess. Wait. That's the all-time chart. Yeah, okay, last week around here sometime, $1.40, $1.38 now. Yeah, cool. All right, maybe I'll buy a little more, maybe not. I just got a cancellation for work tomorrow. That's not cool. Probably won't be buying any more right now. Let me just check something. Got my first lot at 30 cents. Shit, Dick and Doris. Well, that's fantastic. Good on you. Hey, thanks everyone else for being here with me on the stream. I've enjoyed this conversation. I've enjoyed this day, this chat. I'll be seeing you tomorrow because now work's been cancelled. So I'll hang out with you yahoos tomorrow. Maybe we'll talk some more crypto. Maybe we'll talk more rubbish. I'm definitely sure we will. But thanks for being here live with me.
Started out alive, man, that was the play.
And don't forget
Streaming every night, building up the sway.
to Farkle in that chat.
Had to find my way. Now I'm hopping platforms, surfing through the fray.
And surfing through the fray.
Yeah, we call them givers. Chilling IRL, catching all the rivers.
Farkle?
Farkle in the chat, bringing loss to the grind.
Farkle that chat.
Games while we sipping Jack Fine. Gives a minute.
Yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment. I am going to cover this. Little cruisy number. Thanks, Jude. Farkle off. Farkle off. See you guys. Get him out of there.
Rolling deep and cruising for the height. From the